Hello, everybody. Welcome to Q&A with Dr. A, the new show presented to you by SportsEthos and FanDuel. Um, got a bunch of questions in the vault. Going to try to crank through these as fast as I can. Thank you for joining us, and let's get right into the good stuff. Canoa built. So what's up? I traded away Sexton, Bam, and Tyler Hero for Anthony Davis, Emmanuel Quickly, Nemish Keita, and Anthony Black. I hope I won that. What are your thoughts? Sexton, Bam, and Hero for AD, Quickly, Keita, Black. Dude, I anytime you're trading for Anthony Davis, and like there was an earthquake in Dallas yesterday when Nico got fired. I don't know. And AD's hurt, Bam's hurt, Hero's hurt. If AD plays, I think you're fine. I think you won. I do like Keita. I do like Quickly. Yeah, I think it's a fair trade, but it all depends on Anthony Davis. So good luck to you on that. I'm not touching Anthony Davis in any way, shape, or form this season in fantasy. I just don't want to deal with the headaches, and there's going to be lots of them. Goo James said who to pick up 12 team, Jalen Tyson or Kyle Filipowski. I think Tyson's hurt, right? I saw him on an injury report. I do like Tyson, but it's Filipowski all day for me. Pick up Filipowski. Raps fan. Long question. Both Poole and Jalen Green were dropped in my 12-team league. I have Hero hopefully coming back. Both fit my 8-cat style build. Which one would you stash? I know Brew had Poole ranked higher on the 150. He's back sooner. Not sure of his role on the Pelicans. The Jalen Green news is bad. I mean, he's not going to be evaluated for a long time. I think I would go Poole. If Jalen Green news was better, I'd say Jalen Green, but it doesn't sound good. Zebo says, would you drop Neesmith for TJ McConnell? I don't know. I don't have Neesmith on any rosters. I'm not that excited about McConnell coming. But given how bad and banged up Indy is, they need some sort of spark. I'm going to say yes. Get TJ McConnell. He might be a spark that helps Indy go. I know I may have placed a preseason wager on the Pacers winning, hitting the over in games 1, and now they're like 1-9. So that's not looking real good. But yeah, I like TJ McConnell over Neesmith right now. Ouchie says Donovan Clingan, one of the saddest starters in the NBA. Sure, he's pretty sad, but the block shots are fun. Mamba Memo said someone dropped Brown and Cason Wallace. Are any of them must roster players? Brown is a luxury right now, and Cason Wallace, I'd rather have AJ Mitchell than Cason Wallace, but I mean Wallace is good. I just depends on how big your league is and what else is sitting out there in the waiver wire. I'd rather have Filipowski. I'd rather have Brandon Williams right now. Go pick up Brandon Williams, Mama Memo. Jonathan Mamie said 10 teams, 9-cat. Should I drop Cason Wallace for Marcus Smart, Igor Demeen, or Noah Clowney? Clowney balled out last night. Demeen played well last night. And Marcus Smart had a 7-steal game the other day. He's been balling. I would rank Smart, Demeen, and Clowney. I would rank them Smart, then Clowney, then Demeen. So, these are live questions coming in the chat. Arnold, is it Arnold? Yeah. Arnold Vanlin says, do we stream Dennis Jenkins tonight? Leroy Jenkins. So Brew, and I assume Andre didn't know who Leroy Jenkins was. I assume some of you guys do know who Leroy Jenkins is, especially if you're a gamer. I am all about Jenkins tonight. I don't think Jalen Duren's going to play. I don't think Cade's going to play. Jenkins literally single-handedly won Detroit that game on Monday. And I love his story. I love the fact I don't really know how to say his name, so I just call him Leroy. I am streaming Leroy Jenkins tonight. His name is Dennis. Next question, please. Do I drop Jake LaRavia to add Sam Merrill? Ooh, that's a great question. LeBron's coming back soon, man. I like Merrill. I'm going to say this is Daniel Paisley asking this question. I think it's okay to do that. I don't know if Brew would agree with me on that. I might get in trouble, but I'm going to say yes. Paisley also asking Dynasty rank them: Jeremiah Fears, Derek Queen, Colin Murray Boyles, Noah Clowney, Colin Gillespie. I'd say Gillespie's 1. Queen is 2. Clowney's 3. Murray Boyles is 4. Fears is 5th. Andre, hit me. Arnold Vanlin again. Would you consider Draymond Green to slightly fall into the drop zone? I feel like adding Tyson or even Cornette. I'm not a Draymond guy. I don't roster Draymond anywhere. This, as Charles Barkley once said, the triple singles just get old and tiresome after a while in fantasy. And the 7 or 8 points and I just don't. I struggle with Draymond Green, and he better be nice to Wemby tonight. Is all I have to say about that. If you want to drop Draymond Green to pick up somebody who intrigues you more than him, I mean, you've had Draymond on your team. You know how that feels, what you're going through, and if you can live without him, go for it, dude. AI or Al, thoughts on Watford? Watford and Clowney both are super intriguing to me, and I can't really wrap my head around either one of them. I don't think either one of them are must-adds. I think they're great streamers. I think you use them in your FanDuel lineup. I know we've gotten enough questions about Watford this season just here that people are thinking that he might be a thing later this season or might be a good keeper for the future. And I think it's possible. Like, I think Watford is a guy you want to watch. And I think Clowney's the guy you want to watch nightly and track their box scores, track their games. And once you see them trending up, you pounce. Like, if Clowney can come out and do this again, do what he did last night in his next game, that's going to be exciting. If Watford gets hot for 2 or 3 games in a row, that's going to be exciting. So I'm intrigued. I have positive vibes on Watford, but I haven't picked them up anywhere. Arnold is asking me if I have any Bitcoin. No, my son had a bunch of Bitcoin, and I don't think he has it anymore, and he's mad about it. But I miss the Bitcoin wave, and I'm kind of sad about it too. Sar or Derek White rest of season, 10 teams, 9 cap. It's assist to turnover ratio instead of turnovers. Sar or Derek White the rest of the season. You know, Brew and I were looking up the worst shooters in the league the last episode, and Derek White is number 2. I love Derek White. I think he's a fantastic fantasy asset. And you're talking about a center versus a guard. So two very different players. So it depends on your roster and your build. And I haven't looked at Derek White's turnovers, so I can't help you there. But just in general, I'd rather have Derek White than Alex Sarr. But if it works for you the other way, do it. Top 3 buy lows right now besides Desmond and Pritchard. I think some guys, I don't know that I have a definitive top 3 list, but some guys are Toumani Camara, Zach Risachet, and Trae Young. I think you can get Trae Young for next to nothing right now. Risachet's ranking is super low, but his role is good and has been increasing with the Hawks. And Toumani Camara got off to a really slow start. He's having decent games, but he hasn't really popped yet. So I think those are 3 good buy lows right now. Matt Carmody, who do you prefer among Reed Shepard, Brandon Williams, and Ace Bailey? 9-cat head-to-head, I also have this decision in a Yahoo Points League. I think it's Ace Bailey. I just feel like Utah has finally given him the green light to go do what he needs to do. Reed Shepard is still weird in Houston. I don't know really what's going on there. He's just still trying to find his way. He's played very well the last few games, but no assists, which is weird. And I'm super intrigued by Brandon Williams. Like, to me, Brandon Williams is the guy that's available in almost all leagues that I want to go pick up right now. In fact, when we're done here, I'm probably going to go try to pick up Brandon Williams. When did we sell high on CJ McCollum, Siakam, Jaylen Brown? What's the perfect date before they get shut down? I think the perfect date is the All-Star break. I think you want to try to move these guys around MLK Day. Let's go with MLK Day. That's the perfect date. I don't have that date pulled up in front of me. Andre, when is Martin Luther King Day? It's January 18th. That's the date. That's the magic date that you're asking about, Arnold. Andre's probably looking up that date right now. I could have done it myself. Would you trade for Domantas Sabonis? Yeah, there are instances that I would trade for Domantas Sabonis, but do I need Domantas Sabonis? No, I do not. I hate the lack of block steals and threes. January 19th is MLK. I was going to say the 18th. So January 19th. I would trade for Domantas Sabonis. I'm not actively seeking to get Domantas Sabonis. How about that? Does Klingon fall into the drop zone? Has Klingon been terrible? Maybe I'm just not paying attention. It sounds like he has been terrible. But I was expecting up and down stuff from Klingon to begin with. So let me just look at this. Bear with me while I pull up his game log. Almost there. I was at my brother's house the last time I potted, and his internet was so fast. And I was like, this is fantastic. Is this what it's like all the time to have fast internet? Because I wouldn't know. He had 13, 7, and 2 on November 8th. And then he hit 1 of 5 shots for 2 points, 9 boards, 0 blocks. I mean, he's had a couple duds, but he's been all right. I'm not panicking on Klingon. I think he's going to be okay. Give him another week. Hopefully he won't be in the drop zone anymore. Joseph Kim says James Harden or Amen Thompson and Emmanuel Quickly soft pump points. I mean, if Amen Thompson and Emmanuel Quickly are helping your depth and you don't need James Harden scoring, I like that side. How's your throat feeling these days, good sir? It always hurts. I'm always seeing somebody about my medical stuff, but I can talk. My vocal cords are 100%, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just glad I'm able to talk. I mean, I can't believe that Andre and Brew allowed me to pod last year when I literally could not speak. So thank you for asking. It's good to be seen. It's good to be here. Someone offered me Ja for Keontae. Should I accept? Ja's kind of struggling based on his current situation, kind of risky. I don't want Ja Morant on my team, dude. And Keontae's struggling right now. I feel like this is a buy low, sell low situation, but I'd rather have Keontae, honestly. That was from Lala. Cholo says, how would you rank? Is that AJ Mitchell? Yeah, AJ Mitchell, NAW, Reed Shepard, and Brandon Williams. AJ Mitchell's number one to me. I mean, it's early, but I really feel like you want to get in on the ground floor on Brandon Williams and get in before it's too late. I'm going to go AJ, Brandon Williams, NAW. No, I'm going Reed Shepard, then NAW. Shepard's been balling, man. He's playing so much better. But it's going to be tough for him in Houston. They're just so deep and so good. Do you listen to any retired players podcast? Gilbert Arenas, Matt Barnes. I've heard that Gilbert's is really good. I think who's the big redhead that played for Boston? I think he's got some good stuff going on. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts, unfortunately. Good question. Honest trade question from Chunchilla. Would you rather have Chet, Reeves, and Ant, or Amen, Sabonis, or Wemby in a points league? See, the points league makes Wemby's value less than it normally is. Anthony Edwards, baller, scorer. Austin Reeves, scorer. Chet, sort of a scorer. Amen, known for his defense, not a big scorer. Wemby, he's everything. This is a great question. Because it's a points league, I think it's a toss-up. If it were head-to-head, I'd say take the Wemby side all day. But you still get points for blocks, right? So, go Amen, Sabonis, and Wemby. But it doesn't feel right for me to say that, but Wemby's just too good. Drop Dylan Brooks for Brandon Williams or Sam Merrill. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'm holding on to Dylan Brooks, and I was looking at it yesterday. I was like, why am I holding Dylan Brooks? I went to go pick up B. Will, but he was already gone. Drop him for Brandon Williams. Daily account. Who should I trade Jaden McDaniels and Miles Bridges for? ESPN points, 14 teams. Dude, that is the most open-ended question I've ever heard. You should be able to package McDaniels and Miles Bridges for somebody good. I would try to trade the two of them for one player. So you're just going to have to make offers to every guy in your league. Offer them a 2-for-1 for one of their scorers. Maybe Franz Wagner. Maybe Paulo. Miles Bridges is good. I think you can probably turn those two into a 40-plus guy that you're looking for. But you just need to make the offers. Would you drop CMB or Brandon Williams for Gillespie in Dynasty? I'm not dropping Brandon Williams right now. I don't know why. I'm just feeling him. I think CMB for Gillespie makes sense. Do that one. Thank you, Daniel Paisley. Thank you for everybody who asked questions. Thank you, FanDuel. Thank you, SportsEthos. Thank you, doctors, for fixing my throat, my voice, and keeping my vocal cords intact. Brew and I'll be back tomorrow at about 1 o'clock with Fantasy NBA Today. And that's it. We're out of here. Thank you for joining.